Welcome to
another
recap. JP back with another recap for week 8. My God, I thought I saw something in my window. Me just being crazy. So this is the week of React.js. For those that don't know, React.js is not necessarily another language, but it is a library of JavaScript that I still don't fully understand. So I'm going to delve into that in my own time. But this was the week of React.js. Anyways, with React.js not actually being a language that is completely new, we still treat it as such, and we have a new format for how we learn things now. I like this a lot, as a matter of fact. So they, 1, show us how it's done, then 2, we kind of code with them, just piecing things together, and then the 3rd step, we actually code it by ourselves, with of course having assistance from them, because it's hard to just know something after 2 steps. So the 3rd step, we gotta try to figure it out ourselves. But again, with it not being an actual new language, it is just a library. We had to still understand how it works, and it was kind of weird. Let me go into it a little bit. So what I'm getting from it this week, and if anybody thinks I'm wrong, that's what the comment section is for. You can tell me. It's a mixture of JavaScript and HTML put into one. And the best way, or the best examples I can give that actually use this stuff is Facebook. And what we don't realize is that all these separate components on Facebook, like your navigation bar up top, or your little menu to the side, either side, that has like your additional page info. I don't really know. I don't pay that much attention to Facebook, but there's these different components that all work asynchronously. And with using React.js, you can actually work on one separate piece of that entire page without having to affect the rest of that page. Now, going back into using HTML and JavaScript together, they actually use this thing called JSX, which is still kind of baffling, but it's like putting in the HTML and JavaScript together. Oh man, I have to find a way better way of explaining this. We'll see what I can find. Give me just a second. I Googled it, like most things we do. So, what it says here is JavaScript Extension. That's what the X stands for, extension. All right, JavaScript Extension, or more commonly, JSX, is a React extension that allows us to write JavaScript that looks like HTML. Boom. Also, because I don't think I gave you guys an accurate definition of React, what it says here is React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. It is maintained by Facebook in a community of individual developers and companies. React can be used as a base in the development of a single page or mobile applications. So that is a way better React definition compared to what I probably have given. I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago. So needless to say, it's a very powerful library and a very useful tool to every developer out there. Unless you just don't like to use React, then to each his own. Should probably also give you the rundown of what we did this week involving React. So in day 1, we actually had to learn how to set it up, install it, which you have to install it globally, and then some other stuff, and then how to import certain files, and then we got actually into using it. So we learned what a component is, how it works, and how you can set variables to use it to like use that same variable in another component. And it's pretty cool because we kind of made an application. It was called our scorekeeper, where you can actually click a button and update the score. And we made 2 separate components, one that displays like the score and where it's at, and then another component that was for the button itself, how we just brought that button in there, and you can just press it. If I wanted to duplicate it, I can just call that same component twice, and now there's 2 buttons. And if I need to update my HTML to have another score, you can just do that too, or you can put it all in one component and just bring it into that page. But going on, in day 2, we learned about states and constructors, so pretty much building a constructor and learning how to make variables using this dot state, and then whatever the variable is you want to make. And then in day 3, we went over forms and text fields and learned a little more about arrow syntax function, or arrow function syntax. Arrow function syntax, there we go. Now here's a surprise for both of us. I actually did not record day 4 or day 5 in my notes, so I'm gonna wing it from here. So from what I can remember in day 4 and day 5, we actually have some things I can show you on my computer. Hold on, I'll just show you.
Alright, so I noticed some of y'all, this is gonna look like gibberish, and trust me, it looked like gibberish to me when I first looked at it. But for those that do know, up top here we have an import for React and an import for another component I made called display aliens. So I should probably tell you what these two components do in the first place. So what we have here is a code that allows you to input information, and it's going to tell you, or I guess it'll save and display on the HTML your name, what planet you're from, the size of your planet, and if you're whatever your race may be from that planet. Well, in here we have a constructor set up, and yes, I am a Dragon Ball Z fanatic. Hold on, let me show you right there. You know, the glare is in the way, I'm sorry. But it says Vegeta, planet Vegeta. The size of his planet is in crumbs, as we all know, for all my Dragon Ball Z fans. And it is a Saiyan planet. Anyways, what I have set up there are variables for his name, his planet, his size, and the type of planet it is. And right down here are more empty variables, because the first thing I got here going in my constructor is what will be displayed immediately. What I have for those blank ones are what you would input into that form field, and it would print out. And right under there are some functions that allow you to input, and on each key press, it would keep changing and updating it so that when you submit the information, it prints to the page. And then we have a submit function down here. And what that allows you to do is on submit, it will allow you to change the state of the form field, save it, and on submit, allow you to have it print to the HTML. Let's see what else is going down here. Give me a second. Oh, right here is important. This is super important. The render. This is everything that shows in the HTML. So this is allowing you to see all the stuff, or mainly the form in which you can input everything. Oh man, this is getting drawn out. I would love to go in more detail about that, but I try to keep these videos concise. So let me just show you what it does real quick. So here we have it. The form field I was telling you about that allows you to play in or display on the web browser. So let's just go ahead and put in another name. We'll say Hulk. And then he's from planet Hulk. And the size of his planet is huge. I really don't know this, guys, so don't quote me on this information. And type of planet, Gamma planet? Oh yeah, I'm really bad with DC. This is not even DC, Marvel information. God, y'all are hating me. Anyways, so like I said before, right here we got the stuff that was in my constructor. So Vegeta, planet Vegeta, the size of his planet, which is crumbs, and a Saiyan planet. So I got all this information. Now, it's not going to take away from all this information I have here. Let's see what it does. I press submit info, and boom, right there you have right under it, Hulk from the planet Hulk. The size of his planet is huge. Type, it's a Gamma planet. You know, why not? That's pretty much how this works, and there's many other things you can do too. I would love to show you my other project concerning our mock YouTube page, but I cannot currently access that. But there's so many other things I could do with React, but that's just a short little example.
So yeah, that was just a pretty simple, short, concise way to show you, one, that I can code, and two, what we were learning with React.js, and that stuff is functional, and I also know what I'm doing. For the most part, that is. I think I've touched on everything we learned this week in React.js. Yeah, that's all I got. That's in my notes. You know, they're also not done. You know, we kind of caught me off guard. But anyways, if you find this video, if you want to give me speech lessons, let's start there. Leave a comment on where I can go. If you find this video helpful, intriguing, or if you like it, please do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. Comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please share this video. Spread the word. There is some kid in Memphis making videos about a career boot camp code school here in Memphis, Tennessee. I think that was redundant information. Anyways, I believe that is all I have to say. So you guys have a great rest of the evening or night. And I will see y'all next week. Goodbye.